Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome back to the Smallville Retrospective today, where we are now talking about Season 2, Episode 16. Fever. I got a fever, and the only cure is more Smallville. Although this is the last one I'm doing for the day. But, there's always more. Anyway, yes, I'm sticking to it. I was gonna do 2 discs today. We're going to this. I want to play 2K23. The last 2 days I said I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play 2K23, and I just never do it. I mean, I do stop, but I never play 2K23, and I'm gonna play this time. So Fever is about Martha is going to hide the key in the flower in a storm cellar. When she does that, she pushes some spores up and she gets infected with something. I'm assuming they're meteor rock spores or something, I don't know. But meteor rock infected spores, I guess. But she's infected and she gets taken to the hospital. She stops breathing and taken to the hospital. And then when they're at the hospital, Clark, they find out that their version of the CDC is going to go to the farm and start digging around. So Clark is sent to get the ship. When doing this, though, he scuffles around some of the spores and he's infected. He brings Peter along for the ride. Here's my issue at this point. This episode is your standard people get sick episode. It doesn't go full pandemic type thing. Only do people get sick in this episode. But I've seen it in Sliders, in Stargate, and other shows. Like Heroes did something about it. Well, no, Heroes was going to do something about it. Heroes... Okay, so this is a quick little tangent here. So Heroes' original plan for Season 3 was going to be a virus that is infecting people, but only those with powers, right? And that was changed because of the writer's strike. They had a writer's strike, and they changed it to something else. I will explain more when I eventually go through Heroes. I don't know if I'm doing this episode by episode, although it is only 4 seasons, so it would be really easy to do. Some of you are probably really confused in the fact why I decided that the next episode by episode series is one that has 10 seasons to do. And I'm still baffled. I don't know, this is going to take a couple of years for me to do. Especially since I'm going to have to stop to do... So the next thing, I'm doing this in September, and I'm going to stop at the end of Season 2. I need then afterwards to start pre-recording for October so I can get all that stuff done. And then November-ish, I'll do this again to a point, then I'll stop and start pre-recording for December. And then I can just do January. I just realized that. And then February is going to be Brooklyn. Then I can just, go through and film whatever. But I'm currently going through some issues. Maybe. I have no idea what's going on. But, yeah. So, anyway, Clark is clearly infected, but it doesn't affect him. So it can't be like straight kryptonite spores or meteor rock spores, because it would really affect him then. It doesn't affect him as much as Martha does. He gets weak and stuff like that, but he and Pete get ran off the road. I was confused at first because they show the CDC. I'm gonna keep calling that because I don't know what the hell they're calling. Coming, and they're coming from the direction at them. I'm like, that's where they were coming from, though. Is that a mistake? No, because I realized that the truck was turned, and the camera also turned with it. So if they're going this way, and the camera's following this way, and it turns, and the camera's now this way. So you now see it coming this way rather than they were driving this way. So, however, my big issue with this is that they don't stop. They clearly see that it's Clark on the side of the road with their red truck. Something is in the back of the truck, and no one ever asks, hey, we saw your son driving. what did he take from this farm? No one ever asked that. No one ever asked that. One thing I'm confused. Lex and Helen are just seeing each other again. I thought they broke up in a previous episode. I know he apologized to her. I thought they broke up. No, they're together. By the end of this episode, he asked her to move in with him at the mansion, which, you know, and this is also getting closer to with Helen and everything. Is that Helen? So when Clark gets affected, she draws blood. I do like when Jonathan is like, she goes to draw blood. He's like, well, you can't do that. She's like, what? Is this some kind of religious thing? He goes, no, you literally can't do that. But then she's able to poke his skin because he's weakened from this disease thing, which normally wouldn't affect. There's got to be some kind of meteor rock in it for it to affect Clark. There has to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't think that spores would affect Clark. But it does. I don't know. And he's like, you need to promise me it stays between us. When you look at his blood sample, you understand. She looks at it. Conveniently, every time she starts looking at stuff, Lex pops in. So it's like, how obvious is it got to be that he's right there? You know, and he does purchase some stuff from someone within the hospital that has to do with Clark, and I think it's supposed to be just mostly Martha. I forgot the name. So here's something else that I'm a little bit conflicted with. So, at the beginning of the episode, she takes the flower thing she hides underneath the sink. She puts it down and buries it. They find it. And then the very next scene, they're like, oh, we found this in the thing of flour. And I'm like, why did you open the thing of flour? Wouldn't you just be like, oh, she buried a thing of flour? And when you look inside, you would see flour. So what made you know, I see, open it, see what's in there. I would be like, oh, flour. Okay. Not, oh, flour. Huh? You know, I just don't understand it. It's all to lead to the climax later, but it makes no sense that they would dig around in a thing of flour. Because she has it buried underneath the flour. So I don't understand. I don't know. Wouldn't it be easier if she just buried the key underneath in the dirt instead of flour? I don't know. It's confusing. But yeah, so after Clark is infected, he's infected, and he falls unconscious again when Lana is there. And then Chloe shows up later to talk to him, and she confesses her feelings for him. And when he starts to move, she's like, Clark? And he's like, Lana? Now, this is a complicated thing, but I'm already starting to get tired of the Chloe thing. Because I already know it's not going anywhere, but they keep doing this. They decide at the end of season 1 they're going to be friends, and then all of a sudden, now all those feelings back, whatever. But the only reason he says Lana is because that's the last person he saw. So in his warped mind, of course that's going to be the one that's talking to him. So it doesn't matter who it was that talked to him. It could be that Clark, Lana, could have been anyone talking to him. Just so happened it was Chloe, which, he's like, I know it's that whole thing where she just poured her heart out, and he says, Lana, he didn't hear any of that. He didn't hear any of the things that she said, because he wasn't conscious. Then he regained consciousness and heard someone say, a female voice say, Clark. And so what's he supposed to think? Yes, I'm defending him. He didn't know, right? He didn't know. But then Jonathan goes to leave later that night. Clark is now awake and asks what he's doing. He says he's going to get the spaceship. He thinks the spaceship can save them. Right? Oh, by the way, we also find out. So, something I forgot to mention. In the episode, Ryan tells. This is way back, though. And what is it? I don't know how much time is spent, but she should be showing by now. But Ryan says, I know you, to Martha, I know your secret. I won't tell Clark or Jonathan, I swear. So he literally took it to his grave. But it turns out she's pregnant. So, by estimation, Ryan took place in the fall of 2001. This is now spring of 2003. I should say the fall of 2002. This is now the spring of 2003. She should be showing. She should be showing by now. So it's not like they should be surprised. She should be showing. By now, she should be showing. She should be at least 5 months pregnant and she should be showing. At least. When did Ryan air? November? Right? By this point, she should be showing. That was November. This is at least March, April. They should be showing. She should be showing, excuse me. She should be showing. There's no snow anywhere. In fact, I haven't seen snow this entire friggin' season, but we're in the later part of the season now. Right? I wish I had the book. The little booklets. I lost most of the booklets, I would say. I still had them. It would tell me exactly when it aired. Hold on. No ones with the booklets. No booklet in there. I just want one with a booklet. Please? No. No. Do I not have one booklet? I thought I had at least one. A booklet! Got one! Okay, so this is episode 16, right? So tentatively, Jesus, this is falling apart. Episode 16 is the start of the next disc. Air date 3/19. So, tentatively we're in March. And Ryan was episode 8, right? So episode 8 was November, tentatively. So that is November, December, January, February, March. It's about 4 or 5 months. She should be showing. At least a little bit. She doesn't have a bump. So I don't know. But she wears those sweaters. I couldn't think of the name. So, are you ready for one of the wackiest climaxes ever? I forgot all about this. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So, Jonathan says he's going to get the spaceship. He gets that, but then he sneaks into where the CDC has I call it the CDC, the disc, the key. Takes that, he gets caught, but Clark is there to knock the guy out. As they're leaving, though, the alarm goes off, and I called, bullshit! That guy is still knocked out. He got punched by Clark. That guy is knocked out for hours. There's no way he woke up and sounded the alarm. There is no way. We didn't see anyone else see him, but we gotta have this big ass chase scene, which is overly frustrating. All these CDC people tracking them down, right? Follows this truck, and inside the truck is Pete. They're like, oh, he doesn't fit the description. It makes as much sense as Tej and Suki being let go at the end of Too Fast, Too Furious. They were still involved. Pete was still involved. Again, using Pete to further their agenda. No, they got out and they put the key in the ship and it just this big light. They pronounce Martha dead. And big old light comes, it kills Clark, it saves Martha, and they just say it's a miracle. Yeah. Okay. And we just move on. Apparently. Before the other stuff happened with Martha, she was organizing a benefit, but she's not able to be there, I guess. But everyone is having a little party. Pete's a DJ, and they're just yelling to each other about taking the ship. Oh, yeah, I took the ship. Yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, someone could hear you. By the way, I want to point out something. A few episodes ago, there was a scene where they're playing music at the Talon, right? And Chloe is sitting right next to a speaker. I'm like, how's she not deaf? I don't know. But here they're just... she's literally sitting. Speaker's like right here. No! I can't... That would be too loud to sit right next. It's literally like right here. Maybe this far. It's like right here. There's no way you'd be able to hear anymore. You'd be deaf. But, yeah, that's a wacky freaking climax, wouldn't it? Like it became an episode of the X-Files. Even earlier when they're coming by. When they're coming by after the truck. After Clark crashed the truck into a ditch. They're coming by and, Pete says, Clark, it's the X-Files. And I'm like, a little too on the nose there, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 Superman logos out of 5. I think it was good, but I just feel like there was, I don't know, it's weird. It goes in a completely different direction towards the end, and it was interesting. It was fun, but I don't know. It's a weird episode. We have 7 episodes left of this season, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm taking a break ski again. I'm taking a break from doing anything. I may record my jam this weekend. I don't know yet. I haven't made a decision. Look at this. They're not stable together. They're falling apart here. This is season 8. I'm looking at this. I'm going, why is there this guy with the thing? This is season 8. You get spoilers. Jimmy and Chloe. Yeah, but so Jess, what are your thoughts on this episode? In the comments, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.